I am Rob Birt, graphic design and illustration. I specialize in illustration. And usually I'm going to end up talking about pictures and stuff, and fine art and cartoons and stuff like that. But one of the things that I actually end up focusing on personally myself is actual personal branding. And that's because I use my name as a part of my business. I'm an artist, and I plan on keeping my name till I'm dead, basically, or longer, you know, who knows. But when it comes around into personal branding, a lot of the things that you're talking about are PR, public relations, search engine optimizing, and that's not as big as what Perry does, but it's a matter of search engine optimizing yourself to what you are actually sharing with the community. Word of mouth, information directing, social media, and don't be afraid to be famous. Who would like to be famous? Anybody? Absolutely. Everybody should be putting their hand up. Okay? And we'll get back to that. So, public relations is your general, starts off with your general image. The personality that you are presenting to the public. You want that to shine. You also want to think about preventative care. You want to care about the information that's out there about you before it actually occurs. So you want to be doing preventative care. It isn't just about your body, but it's about your entire image, and you want to be presenting this type of information even before it gets out there. You want to have that control. Get a good professional photo. Several. But do your own personal selfies and share those with people, because people like it when you're social. We're a social kind of group of animals, right? So share those things. Being social isn't a negative. Being wild, hungover social is. Okay? But being social is not a negative. People like it when you're social. Okay? Be an expert. You all are experts in your individual fields. Share that with people. And focus on topics that display you in a good light and knowledgeable. Being business social is a positive thing. When you go out to these one-on-ones, you should be talking about those things. You should be saying, Paul, we went out and had lunch last Friday. It was great. I enjoyed the talk. Share that information. That's important. You're not saying it about you. You're saying it who you're with. And that's a good thing, to be social and connect that linking around. Okay? Word of mouth, okay? It's not just person to person. It's person to business. It's person to internet. It's person to, it's you to the rest of the world. And anything that's out there is going to be a part of your word of mouth. Okay? And it's going to be affecting your marketing as an individual. Now, the idea is and this goes back to like some of that SEO type stuff. We want to be using those words that are relevant to your business, and we want those associated to your name. It's kind of like if we want to look you up in the dictionary, we're going to find a whole slew of words next to that. We want that to be out there in the public so that people can find you via those words and associate those words with you. We're creating positive gossip. So if you're out in the community, you're going to one of Dan's things. You should be saying that I had a great time at this activity. I learned a lot. Dan's a great financial planner.
Only if you believe that.
Only if it's true.
That's right.
Okay? But share that. Share those business connections. And I'm doing a lot of repetition here, but this is the loop. This is where it all connects. This is where the word of mouth connects with the SEO, where it connects with the public relations that you're trying to create with the community as a business individual who is expanding their business. Information directing. Information exists out there. Who thinks that there isn't information on the internet about you? Anybody?
That is not enough. Is that what you said?
There's already information about you. Okay. Guaranteed. Unless you're Amish or living in a third world country, okay, there is information out there about you. And chances are, there's even information about them. Okay? You can't control what others will say about you, but you can support what is said about you in a positive manner, and you can affect how much is said about you in a positive manner. That means that you can flood the market with information that you want to have directed. You want to take that information hose, not have it pointed at your feet, not have it pointed at you over here. You want it pointed at your business so that you can create more business. So you want to create more statements about that. And whether that's via your website or whether social media or whatever, you still want to act on that. Okay, social media is not going away. In fact, it's going to get more invasive. And that's where the information comes in, that you want to actually have control over that. Because as it gets more invasive, you want to have that directing it towards areas that you want to have growth in, not to have it adversely affect you. Okay? No information is just about as bad information. Rose by any other name? We've all heard it, right? Facebook, Google+, LinkedIn. Eventually they're going to change. There's going to be other ones. There's going to be new ones. They're going to come and go over time. But they'll fade into history. That information is actually still stored somewhere. There are archives already on the internet of web pages that have been on the internet since it was created. You can go and look them up at these archives. They exist. Your information isn't going away. Okay? Social media, forget what you heard about when you can and can't post. Okay? Post when it's convenient. Post when it's fun. Post when you're actually doing something. It doesn't have to be 5 times a day, 2 times a day, once a week. If you're not doing anything, okay, you're still not having a positive reaction out there. You're not still affecting the information that could be affecting you and your business as it progresses into the future. Okay, this is an example of my own my business page. Okay, anybody can like my page, I'd love it. But one of the things you can see, I've got a comic that I actually end up doing. I've got one of the print, fun, cute things that I have posted up there. One of the other things that I also have posted up there that I have actually just started doing is my patent work. I can actually post directly to the patents that are available on Google and have them and link to those so that it's actually what is related to my business. Okay, everything that I do, that I post out there, is in somehow directed or related to my business and what I'm doing as an entrepreneur. Okay. This is my personal page. Okay, if you notice, I've got a post up here that's about excuses for bogus people stealing photos off the internet related to my business. Okay, graphic design and illustration. But I also have a second posting. I've reposted my comic on my personal page. Duplication isn't going to hurt you, okay? It may turn off people psychologically to have that duplication occur, whether you're eating food or whatever. It may turn them off because it's not of interest to them, but you don't care about that because you want the information out there to be found so that you can be found as a famous person.
Probably got about 5 minutes.
Well, one of the things that I wanted to point out is when you're posting, I don't know if anybody knows, you actually don't need to, post yourself on Facebook. You can post at a time, a place, file, or information. Those are related to what's on Facebook. But you don't have to be there when you're actually posting. You don't have to set it up. But the more that you're connecting with all those different things, the better off your branding type of thing is going to end up being out in the public. So when I'm talking about famous, I'm not talking about Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie famous. I'm talking about famous to your client's target demographic, okay? Who doesn't want to be the best expert in their field, okay? Would you rather have that minimal type of workload, or would you rather be set up to be turning work away? That's the type of thing that we're wanting you to have. You want to have the option to turn work away or expand your business. Take the opportunity to be public to your demographic. Realize that in the end, this will increase your business. Flat out. There's not an option. I think in the few years that I've been even doing this myself, I probably have gotten just a 10% increase each year in my revenues by doing this type of stuff. And that's just the minimal amount of stuff that I've been doing, which isn't a whole lot. I don't spend tons of hours on doing this type of printing and marketing for myself. But it is something that you should be considering going forward. Even people who are in the job, just in the job field, should be considering this type of stuff, so that they can actually get a better job, or that they can actually have people focus and say, oh, I saw this is about you in this field, that you actually care about what you're doing, and that you have this expertise. Questions and answers.
Excellent.
Any questions?
I would say, do you find it, I have, plenty of clients who have, teenage kids and college kids, and we try to talk to them, because this works both ways.
Yes.
You get your positive information out there, but then that negative information out there,
You're not going to be able to get rid of
the
it.
controversial posts that you might make, the dumb things you do in high school and college, it's all out there. And are we, getting out there enough and letting people know enough that it never, you hear it, but I still don't think people, because of the posts that I see, I still don't think people understand that this is going to affect them, not when they're in college, but after college, in 10 and 15 and 20 years down the line, when they look for that new job and searches get even better than they are now,
Right.
That stuff's going to pop up.
That stuff's
and you need to
gonna
be
be there.
very careful about it.
But all they have to do is say they didn't inhale.
Well, wait. In Colorado, you can say you did inhale, and it's fine, but it's not, yeah.
What is the definition?
That's that
of the word?
variation
That's right.
between, actively social
right.
and hungover social,
Maybe a little oversensitive, Dan, because of the post your brother did around the time of the wedding.
My brother's post, the finger that we were all giving to everybody. And does that matter? It's my brothers, and but yeah, I think people have to be very careful about that sort of stuff.
while that information will be there, there are ways you can mitigate the damage. One of those things is on Facebook setting up the correct privacy settings. In the search engines though, the search engines do not have access to most of your, Google does not have access to most of your Facebook pictures. Facebook has sort of closed the valve on that. If there's negative information appearing on you in the search engines, there are ways that you can mitigate that damage. One of those is responding to negative reviews online, proactively managing your reputation. If it's not a review, but it's actually like a website that has written bad things about you, or you want to just have that website disappear, you can't make the website disappear, but the way that people find it is that people are searching for you.
You make the person disappear.
We want to push that information down.
Right.
Most people don't go beyond the first page of the search results. So the idea is working with the company, and we do this as well, to push the information that you don't want appearing when people search for you down to positions 20 through 30 or beyond in the search engine.
Right, but to have that available, you have to have the other information out there. And if you don't have that other information out there, you're
Push
not
the
going
bad
to be
stuff
able to
down
do
the
that.
page.
Folks, we're running a little bit long here. Thanks, that was wonderful. And